Hello YouTube, I'm back. It's been a little bit over 7 months since my surgery, and this is going to give you an update of what's been going on. My last video only went up to 6 weeks, so this will cover from 6 weeks to 3 months, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and 5 to 6, and a little bit from my 6 month to my current, my last exam, which was at 7 months. So I hope you enjoy this video, and let's get started. So from the 6 week period to the 3 month period, I developed something on my scar on my lower right side, not on the side itself, but alongside of my spine. It's something called a seroma, which is like a cyst. So sleeping was pretty difficult, lying on my back, that is. It made it difficult going from left to right side during the nighttime. Anytime I went on my back, it'd be super uncomfortable. I'd wake up and have to switch to under the other side. So that was probably the main thing that happened from the 3 to 6 month point. I still have that gnawing feeling around my L5 S1 joint. It's kind of activates, especially after a day of doing physical therapy. As you get stronger, it starts going away, but anytime you add a new exercises, that gnawing will come back. I still have that kind of burning numbness feeling in my right foot, and that never went away. It seems to activate about the same time as when my L5 S1 area gnawing feeling comes back also. Um, I still continue to do my aqua therapy 2 times a week. Unfortunately, during the 3 month timeout, or anywhere from that 6 week to the 3 month timeout, we went to this COVID thing where everything was closed down. I was going to the public pools on my days off. Unfortunately, I live in Hawaii in the county of Honolulu, and everything got shut down. Any public thing got shut down, which included the pools. So that kind of, I think it might have set me back as far as doing those extra days when I wasn't at my physical therapy office doing aqua therapy. I couldn't do really anything on my days off, which I had been doing prior to the shutdown. I'm still walking every day. That's not a problem. You're allowed to do that. And I'm still walking anywhere between 60 and 75 minutes a day. And probably I skipped maybe 3 days since the surgery at the most. That's just because I wasn't feeling good on those days. Um, the progress is real slow from the surgery date to the 6 week period. Your progress feels like this, but from that 6 week period, it's kind of been like this. It could be a combination of because you're only doing the aqua therapy, and I haven't been really doing anything else other than walking on my days off. So that could be it, but I'm really not sure. This is how I feel about it. I met with the doctor at 3 months, and he said that there is bone growth. So you do take an x ray before you go into the doctor's appointment. But he cannot tell what percentage actually grows. He just says there's actually growth in it. So that's a good sign. The cage didn't move, the screws didn't come out, or I guess reverse itself out in any way. So that's also another good sign. That's what the x rays prove. I'm sitting up comfortably at the 3 month point, maybe about 20 minutes. Anything over that gets really uncomfortable. I have to lie down for a while just to ease the pain of the sitting. I think that's the only part I'm kind of behind right now. At my previous visit at 3 months, it was decided at the fourth month I'd be able to start bending again. So that was a huge, huge thing for me. Um, Ever since I could start bending, I could feel my progress of my recovery from going like this from that six week period to the 3 month period, kind of almost flat progress. Could start feeling that slope start to improve a lot more noticeably than it was during that time. So I'm really happy with that. Also, at the 4 month period, my doctor said I could start lifting 25 pounds again, which was a huge, huge help. I was asking friends or family to come grocery shopping with me or getting these simple things because I had that limit of a gallon of milk, 8 to 10 pounds prior to that. So increasing to that 25 pounds was huge. Still haven't been bending over to lift that, but at least I can stand up straight and lift stuff a little bit heavier, maybe a heavy pan, cooking, whatever it may be. This makes life a whole lot easier, especially with the bending part. I'm transitioning at the 4 month period from 2 times a week in aqua therapy. Now I'm going to one aqua therapy and one land therapy. Um, the Since I started the land therapy at the 4 month period, it's kind of tough because you haven't been really doing any kind of weight things outside other than walking. So it's a slow progress as far as the land therapy part go, but I'm sure it's going to increase by next month. As long as you keep diligent about what you're doing, you should be okay with it. I'm sitting up to 30 minutes pretty comfortably at this point, so happy with that. Still a little bit behind of what a normal person would be, but I'll take what I can get at this point. So at 5 months, I met with my doctor again. We took another X-ray. We could see that there's still has some bone growth. As far as what percent, we're not sure at this time, but there is bone growth. The screws, the cage, everything is good. It's still in place. Nothing has moved, so that's a good sign. From 4 to 5 months, the progress is like this. So not like this anymore, like this. Just because I'm able to bend again and the increase in weight. I've transitioned to 100% land therapy now. Not really needed the aqua therapy because I am getting stronger. Most of the concentration is getting my hip strength back and also a lot of core work. We're adding in a little bit more stretching exercises every day. Nothing real hardcore, but it's helping as far as alleviating some of the pain with the gnawing in my lower back and the numbness, burning feeling in my foot. So hopefully as we add in more stretching, we'll try to eventually hopefully get rid of that gnawing and foot pain. The doctor said it probably is not going to happen anytime soon. This takes a while, and maybe even the foot numbing might be for kind of a long time. I'm sitting up 40 minutes comfortably at this point. Happy with that. And the seroma that I mentioned at I think the 3 month period point is getting smaller. I'm able to lie on my back now. It's still a little bit uncomfortable, but I can at least sleep on it right now. At 6 months, the progress is still very noticeable just because I'm increasing the amount of activities, the amount of exercises in my physical therapy. Still concentrating on my hip and my core. We're increasing the intensity, the amount of reps, and amount of exercises, different exercises. So that's helping with the strengthening part of it, and I can definitely feel myself getting stronger, especially in my hips because they're really, really weak prior to me going to the land surgery. There's still no upper body exercises at this time. Still no lying on my stomach. We want to try to avoid any kind of back extension. So lying on your stomach or any kind of back kind of bands is a no-no still at this point. At 7 months, I'm going to meet with my doctor again. At this point, I'm going to do a CT scan, and the CT scan will be able to tell me what kind of bone growth I have as far as percentage wise, and hopefully we're close to 100, but unknown at this point. At the 7 month point, I met with my doctor again, but prior to me going to his office, he had me go in for a CT scan. So when I got to the office, we could go over the CT scan together, and we could see that there was a 70% fusion rate. I was hoping that it would be a little bit more, but he said that's probably about the normal for most people with this. At 1 year, I should be at 100%. Right now, he recommended don't go to light duty yet, just because I'm still having a hard time sitting for a long period of time. I'm up to about 45 minutes at this point. But he says that I should be a little bit more advanced in that. I'm not sure why. It's just maybe because earlier I was driving too much in the beginning, and that was, not so good for your back. At this point, like I mentioned, I can still sit for 45 minutes pretty comfortably. However, if I drive maybe 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll start getting pain in my tailbone shooting up my back. Maybe that's the position of this, how you're driving with one leg out, my car, my truck, whatever it may be. I don't know, but I try to limit my driving still at this point. Try to do as much walking or even riding my bicycle, which isn't a problem. But hopefully the driving part will get better. The good thing about this meeting was I'm allowed to go swimming again, so I can do some lap swimming, just freestyle, nothing like breaststroke because there's a little bit too much arch on my back. But it's okay now to lie on my stomach. He gave me the okay for that. He said if it starts being really uncomfortable, stop doing it. So don't do any kind of drastic back bends. And if I'm on my stomach, don't lie down too long. If it starts affecting my back, whatever it may be. I'm increasing, again, like the 6 month period, increasing the intensity, the reps, the exercises, the amount of exercises that I'm doing. Still walking 60 to 75 minutes a day. In addition, I'm also throwing in swimming. I've been pretty much doing that every day too. been fortunate that the city pools have opened back up again. Some of the COVID, I guess, laws that were enacted during the shutdown shut down the pool, but since then they have been opened again, and it kind of worked out perfect for me, so I can be back in the pool now. Hopefully I can get you out another video of useful aids around the house for those of you who are planning to do any surgery anytime soon. Hopefully you're not in one of the epicenters of the pandemic where they're shutting down all the elective surgeries again. But so far so good. I'm happy I did the surgery to this point. I thought I'd be progressing a lot better than I am right now, but I'm still happy with the progress that I have been. My progress is still going like this rather than this. So hopefully nothing, barring anything bad happening, that everything will go perfectly as planned and I can get back to work again in a year or December. So thanks for watching this video.